The questions that we ask ourselves determines what our minds focus on. And what our brains pay attention to has a direct impact on our states of being. Our minds are kind of like a Google search engine. When we ask it something, it's going to search the world that we perceive in order to give us the answers. And when you ask a question, there's usually an underlying viewpoint or perception that is inside the question. We'll get into that later, or in a couple seconds. Now, when I think about questions, I like to put them into two different categories. We have unactionable and actionable. An example of an unactionable question would be, why is the world messed up? And the underlying perception in this question is, the world is messed up. And almost immediately, my brain brings me hundreds of thousands of reasons why the world that I'm living in is far from perfect. Faulty business practices and lack of respect and regard for the planet has led us to pollute the earth more than it has ever been in the history of mankind. Species go extinct at an alarming rate every single day. Now you can see how this is somewhat depressing. My brain is focusing on this negative perspective. The world is messed up, and searching for reasons to validate it. A simple way to flip the perspective is to change the unactionable question to an actionable one. So rather than, why is the world messed up? How can I impact the world in a positive way today? And answers almost immediately fly in. I can go and pick up that piece of trash that I see on the ground. And this isn't going to be the end-all be-all. I'm not going to change the whole world by picking up that piece of trash. But what I am doing is I'm taking a step in the right direction. The first question leads me to feel like I'm David facing Goliath. Multi-billion-dollar corporations are polluting the earth, and I'm just a 20-year-old man. And it's very disheartening. The second question puts me in a mind state to take action and step in the right direction. Change always has and always will start at the individual level. The actions, decisions, and questions that we ask ourselves will determine the future of this planet and our species. And whether you are conscious of it or not, the questions that you have and that you ask yourself have a direct impact on your state of mind. Questions of the day. What type of questions are you asking yourself? How can we impact the world in a positive way today? And where are you growing? I absolutely love connecting with you guys. And I feel like some of the topics or some of the examples that I use in this video really need some conversation on. So leave your answers or any feedback or any questions that you have in the comments below, or shoot me a message. I want to have a conversation about how we can change the world in a positive way as an individual, and how we can mobilize as a generation, as a people, as a species, to ensure that we travel in the right direction. I love you, and I believe in you. Good night, sleep tight, be grateful that you got to live another day and dream another night. Much love. Jameli.